Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's new Korean live class, where we're going to be learning about a new fun topic. How are all of you doing today? 원해 많이 많이. Well, yes, we will learn how to say in today's class. Well, actually, not so much, but we'll learn more about this form as well as other forms. 원해 많이 많이. 많이 많이. I want you, or I want it a lot, a lot. Oh, and one note, we haven't started today's lesson yet. I'll just give you a note that due to sound change rules, man with the hiat at the bottom is actually just pronounced as ma ni. It's not pronounced as man hi. So be careful about that. Don't say man hi, it's just ma ni, exactly like ma ni. That's due to sound change rules. So we'll talk about that. I have some other announcements. Yes, today we are actually live streaming straight from Gwanghwamun in Seoul. The place that you see behind me is called Gwanghwamun. Gwanghwamun. Mun just means a gate, like a door. So this is a famous gate if you ever visit Korea. You can see it. Isn't it beautiful, everyone? I had to get a special permit so that I could come out right in front of this extremely busy tourist location in the evening, tell all the tourists to get out of here so I could do a live class. But everyone was cool with it. So we're really lucky that I can have this class today directly from the real Gwanghwamun, the completely real one. Yes. Let's see. What are the other changes besides? Oh yeah, we have a few other changes today. So I've wanted to do a lot more with the live stream than simply just turn on a camera and talk with you guys and have a whiteboard. So a few things are new. First of all, I know some of you will be happy. I got a box of 12 more markers, so I am good with markers now. I have plenty of colors. Some of them are still the original ones or older ones, but as soon as these start to die, I'll throw them away. I have all new markers. I got 12 of these, so we're totally good. They all work great. Also, I fixed the microphone. We had issues last time. Last time it was just horrible. Can you hear me okay? Does the audio sound okay for this time? Any issues? You can't see it because I changed the position. Thanks to oh yeah, there you go. And this is the other thing I wanted to note is Carminas coming in with the first donation. Carminas with the ARS 100, which I still don't know how much that is. I think it's like $3 or something. Thank you, Carminas. As you can see, instead of just writing your guy's name up here, I also want to do something special. So now when you donate, as you just saw, the lights around the board will also flash, which kind of will help to get my attention more. So hopefully it's a little bit cooler than just seeing your name on the screen. You get to see you'll be in the video file forever. So yeah. Anyway, that's the other thing that's new. Also, I said the microphone should be okay. Himong, does the microphone sound okay this time? Yeah, and that's different. It's different colors depending on how much you donate. So yeah, for small donations like this, as you can see, we got a few flashes of blue for the nice there. Thank you, Blood Falcon 2K7. Oh, I saw you last time. I remember your name. 2K7 1. Nice, thank you. You guys don't have to test it out. It's just here. It's existing. So hopefully it's a little bit better. A little quiet. Okay, I can make it a little bit louder then, which is different than what I had to do for last time. So let's see. Just a little bit. Okay, I made it a little bit louder, but I'm not gonna mess with it too much. Yeah. So hopefully the microphone's still okay. If you need to, I can try to make it a little louder. I don't want to blow out your ears like last time. Yeah, and that was all thanks to last week we had a big donation by Ahimang in the chat donated like $100. Oh, wow. Awesome. KT Eggy. KT Eggy. Thank you for teaching us all. You make me look forward to Sunday afternoons. Awesome. Thank you. KT Eggy. Nice, nice. You guys like trying to try out all the colors. They're all different. I promise you. They're all different. Like different amounts of flashing and stuff like that. I had a lot of fun with this. It was like my project this week. KT Eggy. Like Katie Baby. Awesome. And I'll try to keep your guys' names up here as much as possible. So yeah, last week, Ahimon gave a gigantic donation, which allowed me to splurge. So I got like a new microphone mount. So now the microphone's out of the way instead of like covering up here. Set up a green screen behind, as you can see. Got these lights, set it all up so it'll go on with the stream. And got new markers and a couple other small things. Like I have a backup microphone in case we have issues with this. Hopefully we won't. I figured out the problem from last time. It was Skype. It was completely Skype's fault. So I fixed that. So we won't have that issue again. Yes. So today, let's see, leave that on the board and write underneath it. Yeah. I'll just write Ahimon right here, and everything today will just go around that. Yeah, that's a great use of the board space. All right. So yes, today we're going to be learning about how to say to want and to have. And actually today's topic is, I'd say, beginner level. It's definitely beginner level, but it's more than just two words. We're not going to just be learning two verbs for to want, and to have. There's a lot more to it than that. So, and there's some different words that you might want to use. So the first one we're going to talk about is how to say to have. So there are actually a few ways to say that you have something in Korean. For example, let's just take this pen right here. So you can say, I have a pen. There's more than one way to say that you have a pen. The most basic way is what we're going to talk about first, and that is actually 있다. Now, I should note that 있다 is, it's not what's called a transitive verb. It means 있다 does not use an object. So what I mean by that is, if you wanted to say, I have a pen, or whatever you have, anything that you have, you wouldn't want to use pen with an object marker, which is the object marker is this one. Or de. So I've seen a lot of people make this mistake, and they'll think, oh, 있다 means to have. It actually doesn't, but we'll talk about that in a moment. They'll think, oh, 있다 means to have, so I have a pen, so I say pen, whatever it is, pen. Okay, now I add the object marker. It ends in an ian, so I should add an after here. Pen, and then 있다, so 있어요, right? I have a pen. And this is a very common, super wrong thing to do in Korean. This is 100% wrong and sounds really awkward. So don't do it. But a lot of people do this, and this is why the very first thing I want to explain is that this is not what's called a transitive verb. A transitive verb just means any verb that can do something to another thing or whatever. So in that case, for example, hit, you can hit a person, you can eat a sandwich. All of those can be transitive. 있다 does not actually mean to have. It means something completely different. 있다 actually only translates as to have in English, but the literal meaning of 있다 has nothing to do with something that you have or not. 있다 doesn't care if it's yours or someone else's. All 있다 means is to exist. 있다 just means, like in English we would say there is a building over there, or here is a sandwich, or there is a table, or there is a ball. All of those things just mean exists, right? Here in my hand exists a sandwich. Over there exists a building. Here exists a ball. Here exists a pen. That's all that this verb means, to exist. So because of that, it cannot be transitive. You cannot say, I exist an apple. I exist a pen. That doesn't make any sense in Korean, because exist does not mean you cannot exist anything. This just means to exist. So if you wanted to say, I have a pen, what you actually are going to say in Korean is, a pen exists. So think of that anytime that you're trying to say, I have something, you can simply just say, well, this object exists. So that might sound a little bit vague. Like, what if you wanted to say, like, oh, look over there. That building exists, right? 저기 meaning like way over there. 건물, building. And remember, this doesn't take an object marker, so instead it can take a subject. So 건물이, subject marker, 있어요, right? So this is what some people get confused about. You might say, oh, 저기 건물이 있어요. There's over there, a building exists. But you might be thinking, oh, but then they might think I'm saying, I have a building, right? Because 있다 can mean to have something. If you just said that this pen exists also means I have a pen, then what if I say there exists a building over there? Am I saying that building is mine? Depends on the context. Probably not. So Koreans are very good at telling whether you're using this word to mean exist or whether you're using it to mean that you have it. It'll be very easy to tell by the context. You do not have to worry about Koreans misinterpreting this as saying that something exists. If you are talking about an object and you use 있다, this verb, and you're not specifically talking about someone else or some other location, 저기, or some other place or anything else, the Koreans will know to correctly assume that you're talking about something that you have. So 있다 means to exist in the sense of it exists in my hands. It exists to me. I have it. It is mine. So in Korean, when you say that you have something using to exist, you're literally saying just that it exists, but it exists to me, like it exists on my person, as in I have it. So you could say something like this. Instead of 저기, like over there, you could say 저는. As for me, a building exists, literally. Now, Koreans will hear this and they'll clearly know you're not saying like, as for me, a building exists. That doesn't make any sense. Of course it means, as for me, a building exists to me. I have a building. I own a building. This is what it means. As for me, a building exists. So I have a building. So you use 있다 to say that you have something, but the literal meaning is just to exist. So never use this with the object marker. Instead, use it with any other marker. The most common one that you'll see this used together with is the subject marker, which is 이 after a consonant or 가 after a vowel. You're probably familiar with this marker because I've talked about it a lot. Oh, awesome. Carrie Rich. Whoa, the fabled purple color. Wow. Holy $50. Dang. You really help a lot of people with these lessons. Classes are hard to find and you keep us motivated. I think you got your caps lock button. So when I started reading that, I was like, you really help a lot of people with these lessons. Classes are hard to find and you keep us motivated. That's how I was like kind of reading it in my head at first. Awesome. Thank you, Carrie. I got to write your name. Let me put it in black up here. Don't worry, I'm not done with this stuff here though. Awesome. Thank you. Spell it. Yeah, that is just CH. Okay. Oh no, I wrote on my finger. It's okay. Awesome. The bloom on the lights. yeah, I kind of like it. I think it's cool. Yeah, I'm not going to be repeating topics. And okay, this is not from today's lesson, but next stream that we have, next live stream will be the last one for season 1. So this has all been part of season 1 live classes. Originally, this was just going to be like an experiment that I wanted to do to kind of see how can I teach Korean on YouTube? How can I have like an interactive lesson? And it's been going really well. So I'm going to be taking a break. This next Sunday, we'll have another live stream. And then I'll be taking a break for a few weeks. I'll start again in January again. And we're going to be doing season 2. And season 2 will be some more, I'd say, high beginner to intermediate level. So we'll do different topics. For example, we might talk about passive verbs or causative verbs. We might talk about hanja or whatever it is you guys would like to learn that's different than these basic topics that we've been covering so far. So we'll still do some basic topics, but I think the idea is, oh no, it wasn't charging. Hold on 1 second. I got to get a battery. I just realized that my tablet wasn't charging overnight, so that's a problem. I didn't even realize it was low on battery. Let's see if this works. Okay, yeah, that works. All right, yeah, sorry about that. That's happened once before when I forgot to charge it. Okay, so let's just check here. Can you put these live streams in a playlist? Oh yeah, and then that's the other thing, is that starting from this week, I will start to upload abridged versions of all of these live streams. So if you want to review a topic before we go on to season 2, you don't have to watch the whole 2-hour lesson. There's going to be shorter versions. They're about, I'd say 15 to 20 minutes of a full live stream condensed. So the first one will be this week. The next one will be maybe 2 weeks after that. And then every 2 weeks, I'll try to upload an abridged version. So yeah, they'll be pretty frequent. I'll try to do an abridged version for every single lesson that we've done. Okay, anyway, so back to here. So it's most commonly used with the subject marker. And one thing though is, okay, so if you're saying that you have something, what you're actually doing is saying that something exists. Something BTS related for sure. Yes, okay. So the opposite of this is if you wanted to say you don't have something, you would do 없다. 없다 is just the exact opposite meaning of 있다, and it means to not exist. So you would say 없어요. Well, if you wanted to use the yo form, you can use 없어요, or 없습니다, 없는데, whatever form you want to use, it's not important. But to say you have something, you can use 있다. To say you don't have something, you can use 없다. So this is a very basic sentence, but I'd like you guys to try to make it. How would you say, I have, let's do something really basic. I'll do a couple. I have money. So I have money. I have money. Now, money in Korean is just 돈. So I apologize if you're already way past this level. We'll do a little bit more stuff though than this for today's lesson, but this is the very first part. So just how would you make this sentence? I have money. So I'll kind of walk you through it, but you can go ahead and write it down if you think you know it. First of all, if you want to make it clear that you're talking about something you have and not just something that exists somewhere, like there's a building there or there's a computer over there, you want to say it's yours. I recommend adding in, or at least making sure that it's clear you're talking about yourself. So if you're already talking about yourself, all you have to do is just say 돈, 있어요, or whatever, like, some sort of form like that. But if it's not clear that you're talking about yourself, I would recommend adding in that clarification by just adding something like 저는. Like, as for me, like, okay, now we're talking about me. And I did a live stream about all of these topic markers and subject markers in case you're a little bit lost with those. But basically, 저는 is I am talking about me now. So, and then if you were to say anything exists or anything doesn't exist, the listener will know that you're talking about something that you have or you don't have. So how would you say I have money? I see all you guys are already writing it. Awesome. He had better see that message. What message? If we hit a certain donation goal, will you do a BTS dance cover for the season? Dance cover? I can't really dance. That's been a thing since I was younger, as I can't really dance. I can do like ballroom dancing. I took two or three ballroom dance classes when I was in college just for fun. No, it was not ballroom dance. It was like social dancing. That was at the college here close to LA. 돈이 있어요. 돈이 있어요. 저는 돈이 있어요. 돈이 있어요. Nice. I see all you guys have got it. So that's good. Hopefully you can get this. This is, so far we're starting at the basic concepts. Someone wrote 저는 돈이 있어요. Okay, never mind. You guys got it. I thought someone wrote 저는 돈이 있어, which would be incorrect, but they wrote 나는 돈이 있어. So that's okay. For Noemi had that. That's good. 저는 돈이 없어요. That one Ewok that died. Yeah, that was so sad. The Ewok that died. Yeah. The guy, the little Ewok's mother, I think it was. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about a BTS dance cover. That would have to be No, you can't dance. That's the best part. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. And I really don't know because I'm afraid. I'm afraid that no matter what number I throw out, that Ahimang is going to like pay it because of last stream. And I don't want to do it. I don't want to do a BTS dance because I can't dance. No, I'll have to think about it. Okay, so we've gotten a really basic sentence. I have money, but you know that's not gonna be too useful for everything else. So I want for the next example. Oh, another thing I should say is if you want to say you have a lot of something or a little of something, you can just add in the words 많이, which means a lot, or 조금. Sorry, why did I pronounce it weird? 조금. It's like switching my brain between Korean and English. I get some weird pronunciation sometimes in Korean. So I have to like take a pause before I switch to Korean. 조금. 많이 for a lot and 조금 for a little. So you can add this. If you were going to use this though, you have to use it directly before the verb because these are adverbs. So that means they get added to the verb. And in Korean, it's always before the verb. So you would only say 많이 and then 있다 or 있어요 or whatever form you want to use. Not 있어요 많이 or anything like that. So directly before. So it would be, as I mean, directly before, that means after the noun. So after you've said 저는 돈이, then you would use this adverb and then the verb directly before the verb. So just to make that clear, adverbs don't go randomly in a sentence before the noun or anything. They go directly before the verb that you're doing. So I want you guys to make a sentence, something that you have right now in the room with you. Go ahead, and I'm going to check these sentences and give you some feedback on them. But we're not done with this. We're not done with have, but we're done with that verb after this. I'll take out a bank loan? Gosh, that's scary. I really have to think about, I don't know, $500, and I'll do a BTS dance cover, whatever. But I have to make some conditions about it because I might have to talk about it because like, would you just want me to just do a dance cover without any training? Like, would you want me to get training to do it? Because I can meet other YouTubers to do a dance cover. Like I know some dancers who could help me with it, but then it would be uploaded later. It wouldn't be uploaded in time for season 2. That would be like in next July or something like that if I had to meet them to do it. If I just do it by myself though, then I don't think I'd want to upload that to YouTube though. That would be pretty embarrassing. Maybe I could do it as like part of a live stream though. Maybe if that's acceptable, do it as like a live stream. I don't even want to say a number. I don't even want to say it. Okay, let me read some of your guys' things. Okay, 저는 옷은 많이 있어요. As for clothes, well, I have a lot of clothes. 저는 핸드폰이 있어요. Nice, sweetest fortune. Pillow, Ellen Fritch. Are you trying to say pillow? Like I have lots of pillows? Pillow is 베개. I think I spelled that right. Let me check because I feel like now I feel all nervous if I spelled something wrong in the stream. I know it's pronounced 베개. No, I did spell it wrong. Okay, I think it's this then. Oh, that's right. Okay. I just did it backward. I've done that before. Pronunciation's the same. 베개 or 베개. 베개. 베개 is pillow. Okay. Let's see. 빌리 책 있어요. Okay, I have Billy's book. 제 컴퓨터가 있습니다. You wrote 제 for the one and only. Sorry, if it looks like I'm way above your comment, it's because I'm going to read through all of them. 제 means my, but it should be 제, like this. Other than that, you're okay for the one and only. 제 옆에 책 있어요. I have a book next to me. Nice unicorn mixer. 따뜻한 차 한 잔 있어요. Nice amaryllis. Nice, you even add an encounter that. 저는 생명 없어요. I have no life. Mysterious message. 제가 시간 많이 없습니다. Okay, nice. 물이 있어요. I have water. 핸드폰은 있어요. I have a cell phone. 저는 음식이 많이 있어요. I have a lot of food. BTS 멤버들이 누구를 좋아해요? Oh, that's not a sentence we're doing for here. 저의 방에 침대 있어요. I have a bed in my room. Okay, nice. 침대 있어요. I have a bed. So literally what you're saying is if you say 저의 방에 침대 있어요, as me, my, wrote, you're saying is literally in my room there is a bed, or you can think of that as also meaning I have a bed in my room. Since you're saying my room, obviously it's going to be, they can understand it as meaning it's your bed. In some context, it might be understood as just saying there is a bed in my room. That's fine too. But it can mean either, and it would be correct in both situations. 책이 많이 있어요. I have lots of books. 저는 물 있어요. I have water. Hold on, I think I just skipped a bunch. I have a camera. 친구 조금 있어요. I have a little friend. I have a little friends. I have a few friends. You could use their practice videos to learn. We already have the money donated today. Please no. 저는 노트가 있어요. Okay, I have a notebook. 저는 방에서 책. Bella Parabawa, you wrote Jack for, it should be check for book, not Jack. And you also wrote with the object marker. So you probably just missed the lesson. You probably just came in now because I explained that it's not using the object marker. 친구가 없어요. I don't have any friends. Sorry, I'm just trying to read through all these. Okay, stop making new sentences for now. I'm going to try to read through what's left so that I can make sure I can answer a lot of them. 저는 아무것도 없어요. I don't have anything. 친구가 조금 있어요. 저는 빌리가 없어. I don't have Billy. 수첩이 많이 있어요. Okay. Coffee. Carrie Rich, you wrote, you slightly misspelled coffee. It should be coffee. And an easy way to remember it is you can remember it as like ko. P means nose blood, but just remember it's not spelled like nose blood. It's spelled with aw. So coffee and kopi are sometimes confused. Nosebleed and coffee. That's just one way though to help you remember it. In case you write kopi, it should be kopi for coffee. I don't have any coffee here, but I do have some caffeinated drink. Okay, 소설책 있어요. I have a novel. Okay. 연필 있어요. I have a pencil. Introvert. Nice. 방탄소년단의 앨범 있어요. I have a BTS album. Nice. 나도. We should count my money. No. We cannot count everything we've gotten so far. That's just like saying, Billy, do it. We've paid you enough. 빌리는 바지 없어요. 왜냐면 카메라 안 나와요. SSGEN. Billy, you don't have any pants. That's because they're not on the camera right now. No, I do have pants. I swear. I'm wearing pants right now. You can see them. I don't have socks, but I have pants. Okay. 저는 개 있어요. I have, Joanna Scott, I have a crab. 저는 개 means crab, the way that you spelled it. If you meant to say dog, it would be K. Same pronunciation, but different spelling. I don't know, maybe you have a crab. I'm not going to judge you. Crabs are cute too. 친구들 조금밖에 있어요. PM, you wrote 조금밖에 있어요. It should be 조금밖에 없어요. Since 밖에 is only used with negative verbs. 피자가 있어요. Okay. So I don't want to keep going on forever, but you guys have some really nice sentences, and this is a nice basic verb, but there's more to it than that. So if you only had to learn that one verb, that would be great, but there's a little more to it than that. And the next one we're going to learn is a little bit different. 가지다. 가지다 is another verb, which also means to have, but this one literally does not mean to exist. What this literally means is to carry or to hold something. As in, I am currently holding, right now, I've got it. I have it on my person. On one's person. So to have something on your person is what this one literally means. Do you have something? Are you currently carrying something? Are you currently holding something? So this one is often used in some different situations though than 있다. But it also can be used to mean I have something. However, this is not just to say that you can take this verb and use it to say you have something. For example, So you would say, oh, okay, well, I said I had money by saying 돈이 있어요. So now this one means to carry. Well, this one actually is a transitive verb. So first of all, you will use this one with the object marker to say what it is that you have. Because it doesn't mean to exist. It literally means to carry. So you can carry something, right? You can hold something, right? So it can take an object marker. So you can say, so you might be thinking, oh, well then in that case, all I have to do, right, is just say, 저는, sorry, let me write this again. 저는 돈을, to say I have money. And then let's conjugate this. 가져요, right? Right? No, this would be completely wrong. So this verb is not used in the present tense to say that you carry something or hold something. If you were to say this, grammatically it's correct. But what it means is you're just saying, I hold this. I will carry this. I am going to hold this. It's kind of a weird way of saying you have something. It just directly would mean I am going to, or I will carry something. Like I will hold it. It's not, or you hold it. 가져요. 이거 가져요. Take this. Hold this. But if you want to say you have something, this verb is used in what's called the progressive tense. I think I need flow to read this grammar form or something. You know, from the insurance commercial. Okay, so this is what's used. This is used in what's called the progressive tense. Progressive means that you're currently doing something right now. So if you were to say, I am holding it, I am carrying it, that's what's called the progressive tense. And in Korean, the progressive tense is, you might have seen this before, 고, after this verb stem, and then 있다, conjugated. Now this 있다 here is not the same 있다 as to have. This is just part of the progressive tense. So you don't have to think of it as using 있다 again to mean exist. It literally means the same thing, but it's not being used in that way. So you would use this this verb, you would use this verb in the progressive tense in order to say that you have something. So literally what you would be saying is, since the progressive tense is kind of like an ing ending, you would literally use this verb to say, I am holding this. I am carrying this money or this pen or this book or whatever it is that you are currently holding or carrying that you have. It doesn't necessarily have to be in your arms or in your pocket. It's just something that's really close to you that you could bring around on your person. So you could say, you know, oh, I have a TV using this. But it's a little bit different from 있다, and we'll talk about how in a bit. So instead, if you wanted to say, I have money, 저는, as for me, 돈을, right? Because you're going to carry it. And then we use this, we have to use it in the progressive tense. So, 가지고 있어요. Literally what this means is, right now, 가지고 있어요, since we're using progressive tense, currently, on my person, I have, in my pocket or somewhere, I have money. So I am holding, right now, money is what it literally means. It doesn't mean just money exists. It's specifying on my person right now, I am carrying, or I have directly, I have whatever it is that comes before it. So that's one of the ways that it's different than just saying 있다, because 있다 simply means something exists. Let's see. Anticipation of Billy doing a dance cover. How about we wait until after season 2 and then do like something that, I don't know, because I could get like someone to actually train me to do dancing, and then I can make an actual video on my channel, BTS dance cover. As long as there's dabbing in it, I'm all for that. So 가지다 has anything to do with 뭐뭐 가지고? Yeah, it actually is the same form, and 가지다 comes up in other grammar forms as well. So this is the basic form for this, and some ways that you might see this are, let's see. The regular way to say, I'm going to bring something, I'm going to take something there. Like, oh yeah, hey, are you coming to the party? Yeah, I'm coming. What's up? Can you bring some soda? Sure, I can take some soda, or I can bring some soda there, right? In Korean, what they say is they actually use this verb for that. They say 가지고, and then if you're going somewhere, 가다, or if you're coming somewhere, 오다. So 가지고 가다 and 가지고 오다 are how you say to take something with you, like to bring something along, whether you're going somewhere else or whether someone's coming here. And this also literally means to carry something or to hold something and, with go, carry something and go, 가다, or carry something and come. Literally just carry something and come here. Hey, can you bring me a pen? 펜을 가지고 오세요. Bring me a pen, please. 돈을 가지고 갈게요. I will bring some money. 돈을 가지고 and 갈게요. I'll go. I will bring you some money. So this is the regular way they say it using this 가지다 verb because it literally means to carry or to hold something. But it's also used to say that you currently have something. So if you wanted to ask your friend, hey, do you have your wallet with you right now? You can say it one of two ways. You can say, first of all, the word for wallet is 지갑. You can say 지갑이 있어요, which literally just means, is there a wallet? Do you have a wallet somewhere? Maybe it's at your house. Maybe you have it on you right now. We don't know. Or you can directly ask them, 지갑을 가지고 있어? Well, 있어요. I'll just use yo here to be polite. So 지갑을 가지고 있어요? Or, to your friend, 지갑 가지고 있어? Hey, do you have your wallet with you? As in instead of just saying, do you have a wallet? Do you have your wallet? So both of these can be correct. Both of these can be accurate ways to ask someone if they have something. 지갑이 있어? 지갑이 있어? Hey, do you have your wallet? Or 지갑을 가지고 있어? Hey, do you have your wallet on you? They're both kind of the same. In some situations, either one can be perfectly correct, right? But there's slightly difference in meaning of that because you're asking someone if they have a wallet. Maybe you're asking if they have it right now, but here you're definitely asking, do they have it? Do they have it on them? Are they carrying it? 가지고 있어? Do you have a wallet? Do you have a wallet at all? Or do you have it with you, kind of thing? So someone might say, if you wanted to joke, if you were to say, 지갑이 있어요? You could say, well, I have one, but I didn't bring it. 안 가지고 왔어요. Like, I didn't bring it. I didn't carry it, and I came here, literally. So you can you could kind of joke about that. It's not really funny, but that's the difference between these two different forms, is that 있다 simply says something exists, or that you have something, you have in ownership of something, and 가지다 means you're actually carrying it. You actually have it, right on your person, or, really maybe close to you. Like, 지갑을 가지고 있어? Maybe it's right in your car. It's kind of with you, though. Whereas 있다 is just simply, it exists somewhere. But there's more to it than that. Another thing is 가지다 is often shortened to just 갖다. 갖다. So you could just say 갖고 있어요. And this means the exact same thing as 가지고 있어요. 갖다 is simply a shortened version of 가지다. Basically, all they did is move this letter at the bottom, and you get this. So that's it. It's just a shortened version of 가지다. It's the exact same meaning. Both of them are okay to use. If I have to choose, I would say this one's slightly less formal than 가지다, but there's no real meaning. There's no difference in meaning between 가지다 and 갖다. Let me just check the chat for a moment. Okay. Anyway, so this is some basic stuff that we're learning right now. So you could say also 갖고 가다, or 갖고 오다. It's the exact same thing. We're not going to. There's a couple other ways you can say to bring something, but we're not going to talk about those today because those would be kind of unrelated to the lesson. But I did want to cover these things, and this 가지다 verb is also going to be used again really soon. So you can either say, let's see, 가지고 있어. Okay. So again, if the difference between 있다, one more time, and 가지다. If you want to emphasize that something is currently on you or, really close to you, like you have it, maybe it's right in your car or something, but it's with you. You have it. You brought it. Then use 가지다. Otherwise, either one matters. Either one doesn't matter. You can use either one. So you can say 있다. You can even say 있다 if you have it on your person. It's totally fine. Just that it doesn't emphasize that. So you can say 난 있어. Like I have it. For example, if someone's asking, hey, do you have can I borrow $1? And everyone's like, oh, I don't have it. I don't have anything. You can say, 난 있어. Oh, I do. I have it. I have it. And even if it's on your person, you can still say 있어. It's still fine. As for me, it exists. I have it. But if you wanted to emphasize that it's currently on your person, you have it directly with you, you can use 가지다. So if you don't feel like you need to emphasize that, you don't need to use it. You're not going to be wrong for using 있다. But you could be wrong for using 가지다 if you don't currently have it with you. So if you were to say 지금 갖고 있어요. 가지고 있어요. And it's at your house, then you're lying. And they're not going to be happy about that because you're not carrying it with you. So be careful about that. Okay, next thing is I want you guys to say that you have something using 가지다 or 갖다. Either one. It won't be more impressive to me if you use one or the other. They're both the exact same. So go ahead and say something you have that's different than before. Something that you currently have right next to you using 가지다. And then we'll go on to the next part. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Rainin, while you're writing these, Rainin had a good question. What about 가져오다 and 가져가다? That was actually the thing that I said there's other forms, but we didn't go into it. 가져가다 is the exact same thing as 가지고 가다. And same with 오다. 가지고 오다 is the exact same thing as 가져오다. Though when you write it as 가져가다, it's written without a space. So there's actually no space here. I just wrote it with a space to kind of show you, but there's no space. Whereas when you write it with here, 가지고 가다, 가지고 오다, there is a space. It's the exact same thing. 가져갈게, 가지고 갈게, same thing. Let's see another question. 저는 개를 가지고 있어요. Nope. Joanna Scott wrote, I have a dog using 가지고 있다. That is incorrect, and we're actually going to be talking about that next. Well, not next, but next. After the next, then the next, after this next. So we'll talk about that. Animals are different. You cannot say that you have an animal using 있다 or 가지다. That's a different word we'll have to use. So I'll go over that later. 저는 항상 칼을 가지고 있어요. I always have a knife. 하지만 이상한 사람 아니에요. Sure. 그냥 저의 가방에 있어요. It's just at my bag. Okay. 가방 안에 있어요 would be a little bit better. 가방 안에 to mean inside. 가방에 있어. Okay. If you want to specify it's in your bag. Okay, let's see here. 야채를 가지고 있어요. I have vegetables. Okay. 많은 음식을 가지고 있어요. Okay, you have a lot of food. 저는 물을 가지고 있어요. I have water. 개구리를 가지고 있어요. Okay, again, 개구리, you cannot say 개구리 either because it's an animal. Unless you're like holding the 개구리 in your hands, you wouldn't want to say 개구리를 가지고 있어요. So you're going to use a different verb for pets. For animals, you'll use something different. We'll talk about that. 귀엽다. 외국인 한국어란. Thanks. 집에 물을 갖고 왔어요. Okay. I brought some water to my house. Okay. 줍다 means to pick up, if you're talking about that. Or like to grasp something. You're talking about like literally grasping something, like grasping it in your fists. That's different. That's if you want to say like, oh, I grasped it like this. But that's not quite what this means. This simply means to hold it or to carry it. Whereas that means this. Like clutching it, kind of, I should say. Clutching it in your hands would be the other verb you're asking about. 가지다 just for objects. Oh, you can use it for any noun. Any noun is okay. So you can say 부담. 부담, like a great burden or something like that. If you're asking, yes, you can use it for 가지다 as well. You can also use 있다 for that too, like I have. But yeah, it's a little bit different. 가지다 is fine for carrying something. You can use it metaphorically too. 온갖 것 다 나오네. 상어도 가지고 다녀. You're gonna have someone said they have a shark. The Korean in the room is like, everyone's saying like everything, like everything's coming out, like people carrying sharks around. 책을 밖에 안 가지고 있어요. Unicorn mixture. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say. How to say I have a brother? Good question. Okay, I was hoping someone would ask this before. If you're saying you have a family member, only use ita. Or, well, if they're if it's like someone you want to honorify, there's also keshida, which is honorific. This is the honorific version. But if you don't know how to use that, that's okay. If you do know how to use that, you can say keshoyo, keseyo, like that. But ita is what you use for family members. So you cannot say you have a family member. 가지고 있어요. 동생을 가지고 있어요. Because that would be like you have them, like they're yours. You're carrying your brother like that. It's not quite how they say it. 있어요, 있다. You just use this one, to exist. You're just saying a brother exists, an older brother exists, an older sister exists, a baby exists, a mom and dad exist. So that's all you say is 있다. 저는 생명 안 가. No, Hayden. This is not used in the present tense, as I mentioned before. This is only used in the progressive tense, which is the 고 있다 form. And another form we'll talk about, but not regular present tense. You can't just say 가져요, like as in you have something. That would have a different meaning. I will grasp and clutch these grammar forms. 탁자를 가지고 있어요. Okay. 나는 is a casual say. Yeah, I have a live stream about those already. 동전을 많이 가지고 있어요. Okay, I have lots of coins. Okay? I do too. I have like a bag of quarters that I use whenever I go to the grocery store and put it in for the shopping cart. 저는 무스를 가지고 있어요. I have a moose. Okay? How to say yes, that's what I talked about, how to say I have a brother. 나는 집을 가지고 있어요. Okay, I have a house. 남동생 있어요. Nice. I have a younger brother. 저는 약 가지고 있어요. Okay, I have drugs or medicine. Actually, would be a better translation. Medicine. 언니가 있어요. Yeah, if you're carrying a child, that's okay. If you're actually carrying a child, yeah. 언니가 있어요. But if you just want to say you have a baby, like there is a baby is what you're saying. There is a baby here. I have a baby. 언니가 있어요. Okay? 여동생이 있어요. Can I have confidence? 자신감이? No. Confidence? 자신감을 가져? Yeah, you can kind of say it. Though I think typically you might want to say 있다 for 자신감, which means confidence, like feeling of confidence. 자신 있어? I am confident. 자신 있어? 자신감 있어? Yeah, 있다 would be a little bit better for that. 강아지 키우. Yeah, we're going to talk about that for animals. 빌리한테 가지고 갈 수 있어요. 잔 그거 I can bring. You wrote 잔. I think you meant 저는 or 전. I can bring that to Billy. Okay. 돈을 가지고 있다. No, there's a store, Aldi. It's like Trader Joe's kind of. And you put coin in the shopping cart. But only Aldi. Aldi's great. Go to Aldi. It's like Trader Joe's but with reasonable prices. Yeah, it's not just so people run away with the cart. It's so they save money, so they don't have to hire somebody to go collect all the carts like multiple times during the day. It's just a money saving thing. And also, so you'll treat the carts better. You don't just leave them out or steal them or something because you want your quarter back. All right. So both of those are okay for saying you have something. Just remember the slight difference between them. The next thing we're going to talk about is, so that's to have, okay? To have, I think, fairly basic. Let's move this back over here. Okay. To have is pretty basic to say because it's just those two verbs, 가지다 and 있다. The next one we're going to go to is to want something. To want. Oh, so glad I got new markers. These new markers are much better than the older ones. Okay. Oldie. Not oldie. I said Aldi. Oh, you have Aldi in Australia too? Nice. Yeah, it's kind of like worldwide, but the coins unlock the carts. You get the money back when you're done. Yeah, that's right. You don't pay it, you get it back. I was kind of joking that I have a whole bag for them. I actually just use them for when I get enough of them, I'll go down to like a coin star and just throw them all in the machine and get like a gift card out of it or something, or go down to the bank. Okay, the next thing we're going to say is how to say to want. And the first one I want to talk about is actually the one that I don't want you guys to use. And this is the one that most people learn first because it actually does mean to want. And Koreans actually use this word, but not in the way you might think. This verb literally means to want. 원 하다. It's very easy to remember because want in English, 원. This sounds like one, I won. 하다, want, I want. It's easy to remember. So people will have no problem using this word. It's also a regular transitive word. That means it's also a verb that uses an object marker. So if you want to say what it is that you want, you just put the noun first. So I want you, or I want an apple, or something like that. And then you attach the object marker to show what it is you want. And then you add 원하다 after that. But this is the one I don't want you guys to use, and we'll talk about why. This verb means to want. However, this sounds very direct. So Koreans speak, let's see, wow, Billy, LOL. 많이 많이. Yeah. 원해 많이 많이. Yes. That's the reason why so many people learn this word, because you'll hear it used in songs from time to time. 너를 원해, like I want you or something like that. 그거를 원해, I want that. This is very direct. This is like saying, I want that. I want it. It's like really direct. And Koreans tend not to speak quite so directly. They're much more direct than, say, Japanese language, which is very indirect. But Koreans are still not quite this direct. They don't say, I want that. I want that. Except in songs they do. In poetry they do. Not in regular speaking. You will not hear Koreans say they want things using 원하다. Like ever. You'll only hear it in songs and poetry. But very frequently in songs, which is why people learn this word kind of incorrectly, I'll say. So yes, it does mean to want, but it's very direct. So you might say something like 널, which means 너를, you, with the object marker, and then 원해, or 원해, 많이 많이, whatever, literally means I want you. 난 널 원해. I want you. That's like going up to some girl and be like, I want you. I want you. Like, it's really direct. So don't use it. Don't use this for anything that you want. Even if you want to say this, to your close boyfriend and girlfriend, like you're going to break up and she's like, just date someone else. I can't deal with you anymore. You can say, no. 난 널 원해. I want you and only you. That's okay. But don't use this in regular conversation. Like, don't walk into the store and be like, and they'll be like, oh, are you looking for something? Can I help you? Yes, 저는 야채를 원해요. They'll be like, yes, well, I want some vegetables. And it's really direct. So never use this. I'll tell you a much better way you can use, not never use this verb, but never use this verb to say you want something. This verb is still used in Korean, but not to say you want something. So instead, there's a much better way you can say that you want something. And that also uses, and if you do use this word, one more thing before I go on. If you do use this word, 원하다, one more thing. I should have kept this. It sounds like you're just directly translating something. So if somebody asks you like, hey, can you translate this sentence from English to Korean for me? You could go ahead and use this as a direct translation. It'll sound like you just put it into a dictionary and directly translated it. So really understand that Koreans will not think it sounds cute or funny. They'll just think you don't know how to translate Korean. So it's not used. But here's a note for intermediates. So if you're an intermediate speaker, pay attention. 원하다 is used in Korean a lot in spoken Korean, but not to say that you want something. Instead, 원하다 is used as an adjective very commonly in Korean. But that's it. For an example of that would be like 제가 or 내가 원하는 건, like 제가 원하는 것은, what it is that I want, when it's used indirectly as an adjective. It's commonly used. It's totally fine to use it this way. It does not sound strange one bit when used as an adjective. So you might see this used as an adjective and think, oh wait, Billy told me they never use it. So does that mean this Korean's speaking really weird? No. If they're using it as an adjective, it's completely fine. But they do not use this to say that that's what they want directly because it just sounds so direct. But when you're using it as an adjective, it doesn't sound direct at all. It's simply describing whatever it is that you're talking about. So it's like, that's what I want. So 내가 원하는 거는, 내가 원하는 건, what it is that I want is that, or I would like you to help me. And what I want is for you to explain to me, you know, something like that. And that's okay to use it. So if you're intermediate, that's fine to use it that way. Just never use it to say directly that is that you want. Or also in the same way, don't use it to ask someone what they want. Like, 이것을 원해요? 새로운 컴퓨터를 원해요? Do you want a computer? Do you want a new computer? Don't use it like that either. It sounds like, do you want a new computer? I don't know. It's like you're out of like a fantasy movie or something like that. It just sounds really awkward. Oh yes, I want some vegetable. Let's see. I meant about saying the correct answer. Okay, hold on. Let me just take a quick caffeine break. Oh, stuff tastes really good. Okay. Next. Here's how you can actually say that you want something. So notice I didn't even give you guys any example sentences with that because I don't want you to use it at all. I don't even want you to get practice using it. It's that bad. Hello, what do we have here? What's this verb doing here? Isn't this verb for to have? Right? Well, this verb can also be used to mean that you want something. But Billy, that doesn't make any sense. This means to carry something or to hold something, I thought, right? Well, yes, it does. It still means just to carry or to hold. So it's not used this way. It's not used directly this way. You're not going to say, you want a new computer. So let's just write that here. 새로운. Oops. So we want to say we want to use a new computer. So we want to say we want a new computer. So we're going to start with this. So we have a new computer, the object marker. Then how do we end it? Well, 가지고 있어요 means I have it. Or literally, I currently am holding it, right? I am holding it. I have it. I'm carrying it. I have it. So we don't want that. What about something different? What if we wanted to say, I want to carry it. I want to carry it. Yes, yes. Well, that's how you say you want to have something. By in Korean saying you want to hold it. You want to carry it. You want to own it. And you do that with the regular 고, 싶다 ending. And we'll talk about this as well today too. Talk about how you can use this. But literally, 고 싶다 is an ending. We'll talk about this right after. That means to want to do something. So this can be attached to verbs to say that you want to do something, not that you want to have something. So 가지다, to have, 고 싶다 combined means I want to have it. I want to hold it. I want to carry it. 가지고 싶다. 가지고 싶다 means I want to have something. And this is for objects. So you can say 새로운 컴퓨터를 가지고 싶어요. Literally, I want to carry or have a new computer. That's all there is to it. You're taking the same verb, 가지다, and you're simply changing the ending to whether you want to say you do have it already, 가지고 있어요, or you want to have it, 가지고 싶어요. And you can change between having something or wanting to have something. Let's check the chat for a moment. This lesson is so intense. Yes, I feel like the more basic the concept gets, the more animated I become. Okay, so using this form, 가지고 싶다, that's still a big donation, $50. Dang. Okay, so using this form, I want you guys to say something. And this, I'll tell you this quick. Don't use this with people. If you want to say that you want a boyfriend or want some person, there's different verbs you'll have to use. For example, Because like I said, kajida means to actually have something, right? To hold something. So you cannot use it with a person, just like you couldn't use it with an animal. People or animals. And I'll talk about how you can do animals later. But for people, people are done with sagida. Let me just write this down. So I'll add it. So sagida, pronounced most often just as sagida. Sagida. So sagida means to, an easy way to think of this is just as to date. To date, be dating with. To date with someone. So 사귀다, if you wanted to say I am dating someone, you can use the progressive tense. So 사귀고 있어요. Or 사귀고 싶어요. I want to date with someone. So you're not going to say you want to have a boyfriend with 가지다 or 있다. But you could say literally you want to date. Or 만나다, to meet. So basically, don't use these words to say people. If you say, oh, I want to have a son, don't say I want to have a son. That sounds like you're going to like steal someone's kid. Instead, say you want to give birth to a son. You know, you can do a different verb to say it for a person, depending on what that relationship is. Just don't think of having a person and don't think of having an animal. So only inanimate objects are okay to use with all of the verbs we learned today. 있다 and 가지다. Only inanimate objects. Do not use them for people. So I should make that clear. 사귀다. So you would say 사귀고 싶어요 if you want to date a boyfriend. Like you want to have a boyfriend is what we'd say. So don't use it with people. The other thing I want to make clear is, to use this, so like you can do 가지고, or also, as I said before, 갖고, because it's the same verb, and then 싶다, which you can conjugate. 싶다. So then how do you use it? You can say what it is that you want, which is just a noun, an inanimate object, so not a person and not an animal. Plus, there's two ways to use this. So plus, you can use the object marker, and then attach it right at the end, and you're fine. Or, optionally, you can also use this one with, so I think this is really easy to use, because even if you mess up, you'll still be right. Optionally, you can also use this form with the subject marker. Subject marker. Yes, you can use this one with the subject marker. That's not a feature of just this verb, though. That's actually a feature of this 고 싶다 form. Anytime you're using the 고 싶다 form, there's a lot of situations where you can use both the object marker and the subject marker. And I can talk about that in a different lesson. But to make things simpler, just focus on this form. Want to have something. 가지고 싶다 or 갖고 싶다. You can use it with an object marker or with a subject marker. If you use it with the subject marker, it has the exact same meaning. However, it slightly emphasizes what it is you want to have. Emphasizes what it is that you want to have. So that's the only difference. If you want to say, I want a new computer or I want a new computer, like it's a slightly more emphasis to say what I want is a new computer or what I want is a new computer. So if you want to slightly emphasize what it is that you want, use a subject marker. The feeling's pretty much the same though. It's only slightly different. So either one is perfectly okay to use. Now, what I want you guys to do is think of a thing, so an inanimate object that you want to have, and write a sentence in the chat, and I'm going to do some corrections here. Oh, the other funny thing is, so in total, I've ordered 10 new erasers. I've ordered 10 of these. I received none. The only ones I received are the ones I actually ordered directly from Amazon. And the ones that I had ordered from eBay, directly from China, the factories in China, never arrived. So that's why I never had a new eraser. And I'm probably going to throw this one away probably at the end of next episode, just because it's getting old too. These erasers only last like 2 live streams before they start dying. Juliana, awesome. Hey Juliana, thanks. Juliana, yani. I can't pronounce that. Julian. I was going to Julian. Thanks, really appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to look at the chat now. Again, thank you, Juliana. 큰 연필을 가지고 싶어요. I want to have a big pencil. 저는 집을 가지고 싶다. Joanna Scott, remember that you have to conjugate the 싶다 at the end. So you would say 싶어요. 싶어요. If you just write 싶다, that would be plain form, which is not wrong, but that's only for the most casual of usage with your closest friends who are younger than you. And it would also have to be paired with na and not 저. So I talked about this in a previous lesson, though, so I won't go over it again. But yeah, you should conjugate that to 싶어요 for that. 새로운 키보드를 가지고 싶은데 돈이 없어요. Dr. Nutrient, nice. I want to have a new computer, but I don't have any money. And you used both verbs there. 크리스마스에 새로운 컴퓨터를 가지고 싶어요. Okay, I want to have a new computer on Christmas. Nice. Everyone wants new computers now. New keyboards, new computer. 책상을 갖고 싶어요. I want to have a desk. Okay. Let's see. 헤드폰 가지고 싶어요. Headphone or you mean cell phone or you mean headphones? You want to have headphones? Okay. 저는 돈이 많이 가지고, yeah, that's fine too. Yeah, subject marker as well. Hannah Clement, nice. 잊고 싶다 is completely wrong. 잊고 싶다 is a different meaning completely. You can't say 잊고 싶다 for something you want to have. That would be a different meaning of 있다, and that would be an intermediate grammar topic, which I can save for another time. But 잊고 싶다 does not mean you want to have something at all. It would mean, if you're an intermediate, and you're listening, you're intermediate, 잊고 싶다 just means you want to stay somewhere. Like stay with someone or stay at somewhere. But that's a different meaning. So it wouldn't mean you want to have something. 사과를 갖고 싶어. You want to have an apple. 돈을 가지고 싶어. I want to have money. 공책 갖고 싶어. I want to have a study notebook. 아기가 가지고 싶어요. Yeah, I want to hold a child. Yeah, that's fine. I want to have a child. It's okay. Like I want to actually hold him. It's fine. 시간이 Diana Horan. When you use an adverb, so 더 is an adverb. Adverbs always come directly before the verb. Directly before the verb. So you would say 시간이 더 가지고 싶어요. And not 더 시간이 가지고 싶어요. So it's always directly before. 비싼 스포츠 차 사고 싶어요. Head first for Halo, so you just have a typo, and 싶어요, you wrote 샤퍼요. I think that's just a typo, though, because the keys are kind of close. I want to have a sports car. They just say sports카, like sports car in English. They don't say sports차. You can say sports차, though, but sports car is okay, too. 카메라 렌즈를 가지고 싶어요. Abby, good luck. Yeah, that's, like, more expensive than camera lenses, tell you. Those are, like, they're, like, $400 and up for, like, the cheapest ones. K-pop 앨범을 갖고 싶어요. I want a K-pop album. 펜을 가지고 싶다. Okay, I want to have a pen. 사과를 갖고 싶어요. I want to have apple. 김밥 갖고 싶어요. I want to have 김밥. 차가 갖고 싶어요. 지민이 사귀고 싶어요. I want to date 지민. Okay. I recommend using the actually that's fine. You can use the subject marker there. 저는 침대를 가지고 싶다. Again, Mobile Legends playlist. You have 침대. It should be 침대 for bed. But also what you wrote is you wrote 저는 and you ended it with 싶다. You have to conjugate the 싶다 at the end. So it should be 싶어요 or a variant of that or some sort of conjugation. But not just 싶다. 새 핸드폰이 갖고 싶어요. I want to have a new cell phone. Always a new cell phone. That's good. 새로운 NCT album. Okay, I want to have a new NCT. I don't know NCT. Is there a difference between 이가 and 을? Yeah, I just talked about that. The 이가 emphasizes it a little more in this case. Though normally the difference between 이가 and the subject and the topic and the object marker are very different. And I did a live stream about those, and I'm not going to answer that here because that's a very big topic. But you can check out my live stream about them. I also have another upcoming video where I summarize all of them, and I'll have an abridged version of that live stream where I talk about them again. And I have another lesson in my Learn Korean series, which already talks about them. So by the end of next month, there will be 4 videos that you can watch, or the next month after that, 4 videos that you can watch about those markers. So it's a very common topic. 갖다 cannot be used with abstract noun. No, it can. 가지다 and 갖다 can be used with abstract nouns as well. 차를 가지고 싶어요. I want to have a car. 친구 가지고 싶어. Remember, 친구를 사귀고 싶어. Because you don't want to have people like in your hands. You don't want to be holding your friends. So you'd use 사귀고 싶다, which you'd conjugate to 싶어요 or 싶습니다, 싶은데. Another thing I should say is that 싶다 itself is a descriptive verb. So if you wanted to conjugate this with some forms that conjugate, there's some forms in Korean in grammar that conjugate differently, whether it's a descriptive verb or an action verb. In this case, 싶다 is a descriptive verb. So if you're an intermediate and you know the forms such as the 대 form, right, the 는데, then some people would say 싶는데 by accident, but 는데 is used only for action verbs. So this is actually supposed to be 싶은데 if you were going to use the 대 form. So it's good to know that it's a descriptive verb, just so when you're conjugating stuff later on, you'll be able to use the correct form. And someone in the chat used it correctly, so I'm not correcting anyone on that. Just I saw that and I figured I should point it out. 새로운과 아름다운. see der rungs. If you want to connect two adjectives, you don't do it like that. You don't use the wa and qua, because wa and qua are only used for connecting nouns. So it's only noun 1 and noun 2. It's not used for connecting adjectives. If you want to connect adjectives, all you have to do is use the 고 form. So you can say new and 새롭다 is new. So you do 새롭고 and then 아름다운. So new and beautiful and then the noun. Just like that. You can just connect them together with 고. So nothing fancy. It actually makes it easier because if you don't know a verb, if you don't know how to conjugate an adjective, but then you can be like, oh, I'll just attach 고 to the end and then put another adjective that I do know how to conjugate after that, and I'm all good. And I don't have to worry about making a mistake. So I've done that before sometimes when I was a beginner. I didn't know how to conjugate an adjective, so I just stuck another adjective after that I did know how to conjugate. So you could do that too. But yeah, that's how you connect two adjectives together. That's kind of a secret trick. 사과 pen? I want to have an Apple pen. Diana Horan, nice. I have a pen. I have an apple. Oh, let's see. 새로운 핸드폰 가지고 싶어. I want a new smartphone, new cell phone. Okay, great. So someone else again wrote 강아지가 갖고 싶어요. I want to have my dog. But sweetest fortune, it does not work. It's only for inanimate objects because this verb actually means to hold or to carry. So you're not going to be saying that you want to carry your dog. What you want to say is, I want my dog. Like, I want my dog to be here, pretty much. For that, you won't be using this verb. So the next thing I want to talk about is actually directly related to what we just covered. And that is how to say to want to do something. So here it can be any verb. So let's just take the verb to go, right? A very basic verb, to go. 가다. Let's do another one. To live. 살다. And one more. To see. 보다. Okay, I want to see, I want to live, and I want to go. So how would you say I want to go? Well, it's very basic because we use the same form that we just did with 가지다 to become 가지고 싶다, right? 가지다 meaning to have, 가지고 싶다 meaning to want to have. So the verb 가지다 was our to do. That was what we want to do, and the form that we create to make it mean to want to do that is 싶다. So all you do is you attach 고 싶다 onto the verb stem. So you just take the verb stem, which is the verb minus 다. Notice I said minus 다, not minus whatever's on the end. That's not the verb stem. That will give you some wrong answer. You have to make sure that you're removing just the 다 at the end. So if there's no 다 at the end, you have to go back to the original verb in order to get this verb stem. So 가다 can become 가, 살다 becomes 살, and 보다 becomes 보. However, if you had something like 좋아, then you can't just remove 아. And if you had 좋아요, you can't just remove 요. This would not be a verb stem. You have to go all the way back to the beginning, and the original verb is actually 좋다. Notice it ends in 다, meaning to be good. Then you can remove the 다. Now you have 좋. Now that's the verb stem. So In this case, though, this is only action verbs because you cannot do anything except an action verb. If there's a verb like to be good or to be pretty, you cannot do a description. Like you cannot do the color green. Like I want to green. It makes no sense. It has to be action verb, some sort of verb that you're doing. So to go, to eat, to sleep, to live, to want, to like. Any of those things are action verbs. So as long as you can do something, it's an action verb. If you cannot do that, it is a descriptive verb. If it's describing something at all, if it's some sort of description, it's a descriptive verb. So you cannot use it only for action verbs. So you want to do something, you take that, then you just attach 고, 싶다, just like before, and you conjugate it. So 싶어요, or 싶습니다, or 싶은데, exactly like before. 살고 싶다. There's no special conjugation rules you have to learn with this. You just slap on 고 싶다 and conjugate it to the end of every, any action verb that you want. 가고 싶어요. 가고 싶어요. I want to go. Amaryllis. Who is talking about Pika banana? What? Did someone say Pikachu is a banana with a face? Come here. If I wanted to say, I want it to rain. Yeah, that's a completely different form. We're not talking about that though today. That would be a, I hope, want, and wish. That could be a different live stream. If you want something to happen, you hope something happens. There are different forms for that. 집에 가고 싶습니다. I want to go home. Okay. Oh, another thing is, this is just because I wrote this example. 보고 싶다 literally means I want to see, but this is how Korean people say I miss you, or I miss someone, or I miss something. Literally, they say I want to see them again. So 보고 싶다, 보고 싶어요. 보고 싶어요. I want to see you, or literally, I miss you is how they say it. There is another verb for to miss in Korean, and I mentioned this in my K-pop video, the K-pop song video that I made. 그립다, where Koreans might sing 그리워 or whatever. That's a poetic way of saying you miss someone, like I yearn for you or something like that. That's not how Koreans normally say they miss someone. They just say 보고 싶다 and conjugate it. So 보고 싶어요, or to a close friend, 보고 싶다, I miss you, like that. Their PFP look like a banana with a face. It's a Pokemon with a face. Oh yeah, that's Pikachu. Are you talking about Noah? Noah Deeps? Yeah, Noah Deeps is totally Pikachu's face. That's like Pikachu looking at some computer screen, it looks like, or maybe looking around a wall. Are there any Pokemon without a face? That's a really good question. I think we should do that in another live stream though. So that's all you have to do. So I want you guys in the chat to make a sentence saying something that you want to do. So pick any verb that you want and attach 고 싶다 and conjugate it. And you can add anything else in if you want it as well. But try to say something that you want to do. So some sort of action verb. 저는 예쁘고 nope. Genevieve. 예쁘다. Is it doing something? Are you prettying? Or are you simply pretty? It's a descriptive verb and it does not use this form. So you cannot say 예쁘고 싶다. You can't use that because it's a descriptive verb. There is a way to say I want to be pretty, but if you're saying I want to be pretty, what you're actually saying in English is a shortening of I want to become. Become, and become would be an action verb. I want to become something. You can become something. It's an action verb. But in English, we just say be, which causes confusion. But actually what you're saying is I want to become. Not I want to be this way, but I want to become that way. So that's a different form if you wanted to say you wanted to become. Like I wanted to become green. I want to become any sort of descriptive verb, like tired. I want to become happy, and that would be a different way to say that. And I could do that for a different lesson because that's another big topic of how to change verbs to mean to become. 빌리가 춤을 춘다면 구독 취소하고 싶어요. If Billy dances, I want to cancel my membership. Well, I want to cancel my subscription. Billy needs to learn to read further. No, I just need someone standing right next to me all the time who can tell me, read the chat for me and tell me what I need to look at so I don't miss anything in the chat. 여행을 하고 싶어요. I want to go on a trip. 음악. Someone wrote 이막, but it should be 음악 for music. I want to listen to music. 한국어 배우고 싶어요. Noah Deeps. I want to learn Korean. 여행하고 싶어요. 중국에 살고 싶어. I want to live in China. 자고 싶은데 이 방송도 보고 싶어요. I want to sleep, but I also want to watch this broadcast. Nice, Unicorn Mixer. 음악을 만들고 싶어요. I want to make music. Sweetest Fortune. Nice. 듣고 싶어요. I want to listen. Let's see. 운동을 하고 싶어요. Noah Deeps, you wrote 해고 싶어요. It should be 하고 싶어요 because 하다 is the verb, not 해다. 한국에 가고 싶어요. I want to go to Korea. 내일에 학교에 가고 싶지 않아요. I don't want to go to school tomorrow. Okay. Me, my, me. Nice. Merci, été. Oh, I see your sentence. 저는 가고 싶다. 영화거나. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Can you try again to write it? I'm not quite sure what you want to say. Maybe you're trying to say I want to go see a movie, but I'm not sure if that's what you're trying to say. 놓치다 means to miss, as in to miss a situation, to miss an opportunity. For William Kelly was asking, does 놓치다 mean to miss? Only as in the sense of you missed something. You missed out on something. Like, oh, I missed Billy's broadcast. 놓쳤어요. I missed it. 내일 영화 보고 싶어요. Karo P. Nice. 게임을 잘 하고 싶어요. I want to be good at games. I want to play games well. 한국에 방문하고 싶어요. Yes, I want to visit Korea. 포켓몬 GoFundMe. 저는 학교에 가고 싶지 않습니다. 저는 한국을 방문하고 싶어요. 저는 새 신발 사고 싶은데 돈이 없어요. Rain in nice, Rain. 시나몬 롤 만들고 싶어요. Okay, I want to make cinnamon rolls. That sounds good. Please do. Gamer. Oh, that's right. Same thing. 고슴도치 보고 싶어요. I want to see a hedgehog. Okay, that's cute. 집에 가고 싶어요. I want to go home. 떡볶이 먹고 싶어요. Oh yeah, 떡볶이 sounds really good. Merlin James. 케이크를 만들고 싶어요. 서울에 가고 싶어요. 댄스 BTS 하고 싶. BTS dance 빌리고 하고 싶어요. I want to do BTS dance with Billy. Okay, the sentence order is wrong because you wrote dance BTS 빌리고 하고 싶어요. It should be 빌리과 first, or actually 빌리와 because my name is Billy, which ends in a vowel. 영화 보고 싶어요. 죽고 싶어요. A potato. No, don't die. That's dark. Don't die. 제 오빠를 보고 싶어요. 대학교에 갔어요. 못 봐요. 대학 갔어서. Head fist for halos. The 서 form is only used in present tense, so it would be 가서. But you wouldn't use 서 for something that someone else did and then you did. You can check out my live stream about verb endings where I talk about the 서 form, but it's used for one subject doing both of the actions. So you wouldn't say he went to school, so I wouldn't see him using 서. You would use the 니까 form for that. So 갔으니까 못 봐요. This was directly for that one sentence up there. For head fist for halos. Let's see. 음악. Okay, sorry, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit so that I can finish reading these. Okay, 일본어를 배우고 싶어요. I want to learn Japanese. Nice. 한국어 배우고 싶어요. 내년 한국에 가고 싶어요. 한국어 잘 하고 싶어요. I want to speak Korean well. BTS 만나고 싶어요. I want to meet BTS. 저는 영화를 놓치고 싶지 않아요. I don't want to miss the movie. Okay? 책을 읽고 싶어요. 이 방송을 보고 싶은데 졸려요. Luciana, I want to watch this broadcast, but I'm getting tired. I'm getting sleepy. All right, let's go on. Yeah, I don't have Discord on because I can only look at one thing at a time. So if I had Discord, I wouldn't even look at it. That's one of the reasons why I added these lights around. So I was hoping that to make sure I don't miss donations, because it's possible that someone could donate and I'm just like looking at the board and I'm totally not paying any attention. That way I'll see it. That way I cannot miss them. So, okay. So yeah, you guys actually have a lot of great sentences there. But we're not done for today's lesson. There's one more thing I want to talk about with this 고싶다 form. And we talked about this. I kind of talked about this, I believe last lesson or the lesson before that, where I made a mention that you cannot describe a third person's desires or wants. You can only describe first and second person when you're talking about something that you want. I'll tell you what that means. So you can say, I want something. Like, I want to go. I want to eat it. I want to buy a computer. I want to anything. I want something. But you cannot say, and you can say you want. So you want. Or you can ask someone, do you want? Maybe with a question mark, do you want that? Like, do you want to go to school? 네, 학교에 가고 싶어요? You can ask someone else. You can say, 저는 학교에 가고 싶어요. I want to go to school. You can ask someone, 학교에 가고 싶어요? Do you want to go to school? So this I here is first person. And this you here is considered to be second person. However, there's also third person speaking. And that is whenever you're saying he or she or they, if it's multiple people, you cannot talk about third person, any third person using this form, unless you change it. So I'll tell you how to do that though. This is an intermediate concept. This is 100% intermediate concept, but I'm going to teach it to you anyways because I have some time. So if you want to say, I want something, you can use this form. If you want to say you want something or ask, you can use this form. If you wanted to say he, like Billy, for example, I'm doing this because some of you guys have written in there like, Billy or other people. If you want to say he, she, or they, someone that's not you and someone who you're not directly talking with. So in this case, if somebody wrote Billy in the chat and made a sentence, it's kind of acceptable because in this situation, to them, I am you. So it's kind of like, hey, Billy, you want to do this. Billy wants to do this. It's okay. But if you were to talk about a third person, like, you're talking with your friend, you say, oh, well, Josh, he doesn't want to go, or Josh wants to go. You cannot just use this form. You cannot say, Josh, 조시도 가고 싶어요. Josh wants to go. You cannot say that because this form, well, any form in Korean when you're talking about somebody's wants or desires or emotions, hopes, they're personal desires. In Korean, they say you cannot 100% know someone else's desires. So you cannot say he wants to go or he wants to live in Korea, he wants to go to Korea, wants to study, or anything at all just with this form directly. You have to change it a little bit. So here's how to change it. It's actually not that hard, but this concept is an intermediate concept, probably because the form is definitely intermediate, but I'm only teaching you this form in relation to this one form here. So I think it's okay. Instead of 싶다, you use 싶어 하다. Now this type of form here with attaching 하다 to the end is actually a regular grammar form, which is definitely intermediate level. And so I'm not going to go into that, but I'm just going to give you an example of it in this one case. So you change 싶다 to 싶어 하다, and then you conjugate it just like regular. So 싶어 해요. 싶어 해요. One word. 싶어 해요. So now you can say Josh wants to go too. 조시도 가고 싶어 해요. This means that you are assuming something about a third person. That you're assuming something about a third person. So you don't have to think about like some random complex. You don't have to actually know the literal meaning of this form. All you have to do is that this form means it's talking about a third person. So, for example, if you wanted to say, there are many people in Korea who want to learn English. There are many people in Korea who want to learn English. So let's talk about this sentence. And again, this is a completely intermediate concept. So I'll try to dumb it down for you. And I'm just joking. I'll try to explain it simply because I know there's a lot of beginners in here. So if you're feeling like, oh, this is really complicated, I'm not smart enough to do this, I'll try to make it simple enough, but know that if you don't get this, don't feel bad about it because this is really an intermediate concept. So you don't have to know this, but I would like to add it to today's lesson because I think it's really relative to it. So there are many people in Korea who want to learn English. So we're going to use 싶어 하다 for this. Just erase this. Maybe I should throw this eraser away today. It's already going bad. Okay. Remember, it's not 쉽다, but 싶어하다 for the third person. So in this sentence, we have some third person we have to work out. We're not using I. We're saying people, many people in Korea. This is not I. I'm not talking about myself. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about some third person. I don't know them. I don't know these many people. I don't know what they're thinking. Like, if I am like, you know, I can predict what people are thinking. I can read people's minds. Then yeah, I can just use 쉽다. I can just use 고싶다 because I am 100% sure. But if you're not 100% sure about what someone wants to do, do not use 쉽다. Instead, use 싶어하다. So we're going to make the sentence. So there are many people in Korea who want to learn English. So we have first, 영어, English, 를 배우고 싶다, right? I want to learn English. This would be a regular form that would mean I want to learn English. You can say 영어를 배우고 싶어요. I want to learn English. But now we're going to say people who want to. So if this was a regular adjective, it would just become 싶은. But it's not. It's talking about the third person. So we have to use 싶어하는. And then we can say 사람, people. 사람들이. And then 많아요. I'll just write it in here. 많아요. So we have 영어를 배우고 싶어하는 people who want to learn English. 사람들이 많아요. There are many people who want to learn English. And we also talked about this type of construction, like who want to learn English, with changing verbs into adjectives. We talked about this in a previous live stream. You can search action verbs to adjectives, where I describe how to do this in other situations. But essentially, 싶어하다 is no longer a descriptive verb. I said that 싶다 is a descriptive verb, right? So you would say like 싶은데 or whatever if you would need to conjugate it. 싶다 is a descriptive verb, but 싶어하다 is an action verb. So that's not a big difference though. Like it doesn't really affect too much. Like you're not going to need to learn that too much, but it will affect how it's conjugated, especially when it's used as an adjective. And yeah, so that's all you have to do. Just change 싶다 to 싶어하다 whenever you're not talking about yourself or the person or someone you're directly talking with, because the idea is you cannot know 100% what another person's thinking. If you know 100% what that person's thinking, feel free to use it. Otherwise, don't. So some situations would be like, what if you're a book writer? What if you're the author of a book? And you're writing a book, and in the book, your character says, your characters want to go to the stream, and they want to play Quidditch. I don't know. You can say, 고싶다. You can use the regular 고싶다 with that, because you are the author. You know what they want, 100%. No one would question that. But in the book, the characters in your book would not know what each other wants. Just you as the author would know. So unless you're 100% sure, like maybe they directly just told you that, then you can be 100% sure. Otherwise, don't say they want to do it or they want to do it, because you're not 100% sure. They might not. Okay, let's just check here. 영화 보고 싶어요. Will Koreans think I'm saying miss a movie? No, Danny, if you say 영화를 보고 싶어요, so that's a good question. So I said that 보고 싶다 means like I miss you. Well, actually, it doesn't mean I miss you. It just means I want to see you, literally. It just means I want to see you, but that's how Koreans say I miss you. They just say, I want to see you. So if you said 영화를 보고 싶다, they're not going to think you mean I miss a movie. They're just going to think you mean, literally, again, I want to see a movie. So it's the exact same thing. It's only confusing in English, but in Korean, it just means I want to see. So 영화를 보고 싶다 or 영화를 보고 싶어요. They will understand 100% that you mean I want to see a movie. 나도 영화 보고 싶다. I want to watch a movie too. That sounds fun. But unfortunately, I am very busy these days. I am finishing up my workbook for Korean Made Simple 1. So that should be done, if everything goes well, that should be ready to go by this weekend. Crossing my fingers. I have to do some editing today. Tomorrow, I'm going to record the audio files. If everything goes well, I'm going to upload the book Monday night. But I don't know. It's probably going to take more than that. So I'll say next weekend. Okay, let me check here. Why would you play Quidditch over a babbling brook? I don't know. I am clearly not a Harry Potter fan. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, there's a new book. It's not a new textbook because I only want to make 3 of those. I know I say never, but I can't really guarantee I'll never make a number 4. But I don't have plans to make a Korean Made Simple 4 because I think 3 teaches well over 95% of any grammar you'll ever need in Korean. And at least gives you a springboard to learn what you do need. But I am planning on making workbooks. So starting with the first workbook, and if it goes well, I'll make workbook 2 and 3. But anyway, for the first time, there's just workbook 1. And it's just an expanded workbook, like the workbook sections at the back of each chapter for Korean Made Simple. And it's like 176 pages. It was actually over 300 pages originally, if I kept it at the regular book size. So I shrunk the font and made it as compact as possible, like removed as many spaces as possible to get it down to 176 pages so that it wouldn't be the same price as the textbook, because I didn't want to have to sell it for the same price because it's the exact same size. So yeah, I shrunk it down a bit. But yeah, it's just tons of practice problems for the workbook, like some matching problems or exercises or translate the picture and stuff like that. So it's just kind of fun, just an extra workbook. It's not necessary for to go with the textbook because the textbooks have workbooks, but it's for people who just say like, oh, I want some more practice with this work in this setting. I want this more of this. And that's what it is. How would you say your proficiency is in Korean compared to other languages? I'm not sure if you're talking to me or someone else, but I teach Korean, so I think my Korean's pretty good. Okay, last thing. So I said that you cannot say that you have a pet using 있다 or 가지고 있다. Instead, you have to use a completely different verb. And this is kind of along the same lines as when I taught you the verb 사귀다. I told you that 사귀다 means like to date someone, to go out with someone on like regular basis. So if you're dating someone, you'd use 사귀고 있어요. Or if you want to date someone, like you want a new boyfriend, 사귀고 싶어요, like that. Well, with an animal, with a pet, it's different. With a pet, you also need to use a different verb. So someone actually wrote it in the chat, but let me talk about that. You use 키우다, which means to raise. So it literally means to raise. I want to raise an animal. So you use this with a pet. So you can say, I should start writing smaller. Okay, 토끼가 있어요. For 토끼 is rabbit. So you got a little rabbit here. This rabbit's not healthy. Okay, so you got a rabbit here, or you can say 토끼를. Oh, and this one you can use in any tense you want. You can say 키워요. You can just use it in present tense, or you can use it in progressive tense. So you don't have to do it in only the progressive tense, like 가지다, or 키우고 있어요, or I want to have one. 키우고 싶어요. Literally, I want to raise a pet. Or in English, we would just say, I want to have. All of this is have. So that's the confusing thing, is that in Korean, they say it different ways. But but in English, we all just say, have a brother, have a pet, have a pen, whatever. They're all the same in English, but in Korean it's very different. So 키우다 means to raise. And don't use 있다 for pets though. So if you were to say 토끼가 있어요, literally a rabbit exists, that's all you're saying. If you say 토끼가 있어요, you're just saying there is a rabbit. So maybe you could say like 우리 집에, sorry, it's tight. At our house, 우리 집에 토끼가 있어요. All you would be saying is, we have a rabbit at our house. You're not saying, I have a rabbit. Like, oh yeah, I have a rabbit. I have a rabbit as a pet. You're just saying, there is a rabbit at my house. help me get this rabbit out of my house. I don't know why this rabbit is in my house, but there is a rabbit in my house. I swear there's a rabbit. Like, that's all you're saying. You're just saying there is a rabbit at your house. So it could be your pet. It could be randomly wandered into your house or something. But if you say ita, it grammatically is perfectly fine. It just means there's a rabbit. Doesn't mean it's yours. So if you wanted to say like at the zoo, like 동물원. 동물원 means zoo. 에 토끼가 있어요. That's perfectly fine. There are rabbits at the zoo. 동물원에 토끼가 많아요. There are many rabbits at the zoo. That's exactly how you would say it. There exists many rabbits at the zoo, but it doesn't mean that you have them. It doesn't mean they're your pets. So if they're your pets, if you are raising them, you say 키우다. So if you said 토끼를 키우고 있어요, that means, it doesn't mean the rabbit's at your house. It doesn't mean the rabbit's specifically anywhere. It just means you are raising a rabbit. That's it. I have a rabbit. Oh yeah, I have a rabbit. 저는, oh yeah, okay. Before I give you some more examples, any of you who have pets, write down in the chat what pet you have and use this verb. Or, so if you have a pet, write down that you have whatever pet you have and use 키우다. Or if you want to have a pet, say you don't have a pet, then make a sentence saying what animal you would want to have using 키우고 싶다. To want to have. So remember, 키우다 can be present tense. You can just say 키워요 or 키웁니다. Or progressive tense, 키우고 있다. Or if you want to say you want to have a pet, so 키우고 싶다. Can 키우다 be used toward children? No. It's 애기를 키우는데. Yeah. Well, let me just check the chat. Oh no, sorry. Let's make sure before I spell something wrong for you guys. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but you can use it for children as well. Though here I'm only talking about using it for animals. But if you use it for kids, it's specifically for little kids. It would be like for babies. So not for like adults, I should say. Like you wouldn't say you're raising, well, of course you wouldn't say you're raising your dad, or you wouldn't say you're raising your, 40-year-old son, but you could say for a baby. So yeah, little kids. But here we're only focusing on how to use it with an animal. Getting a lot of questions about like kids though today. You guys really like want to have kids, I guess. 강아지 키우고 싶어요. I want to have a puppy. 고양이를 키우고 싶어요. I want to have a kitty. Ellen Fritsch, you wrote 고양이, should be 고양이. There's actually other ways to say cat. This is just one of them. 고양이 is most standard and common way, but there's some other slang, casual ways of saying it. 냥이 is one of them. 개를 키우고 있어요. Okay. What if I want to hold my puppy? If you want to hold your puppy, you're still not going to use 가지다 because there's a different verb you'll use. I'll teach you that right after this. I'll just write that down and I'll go over that right after. Oh, Sweetest Fortune is trying to ask you the puppy question. What puppy question? Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay, that's the one. I'll talk about that. Sorry, I didn't see it, so. Really, apologies. I'm not trying to, if I don't see your question, I'm really not trying to ignore you. Sometimes when I scroll on the screen, it doesn't show all of the things I want to see. 고양이가 키우고 있어요. 고양이, H revert, it has to be 고양이를 with the object marker. You wrote 고양이가, but it has to be with the object marker because you're saying you are raising a cat or raising whatever animal. It cannot be used with the subject marker. The subject marker is only when it's when it's used with the other example I was giving with 싶다, 고 싶다, for want to, but not for M. Only for want to. 개를 키우고 있어. 고양이와 개가 Same with Hannah Clement as well. It would be 개를 키우고 있어 with the object marker only for that. 호양이, Lolin Glad, you wrote 호양이. Should be 호랑이 with 호랑이. I don't know if you really want that, but you said you want to raise a tiger or have a tiger. Okay. It didn't work too well for the two magicians, but maybe you'll do a better job. 돼지를 키우고 싶어요. Danchi, nice. Yeah, my friend, when I was a kid, one of my friends had a pig. He had a potbelly pig. Really cute when he was small. And then he got gigantic and started eating everything in sight. And yeah, it was scary. And the pig had terrible breath. 고양이. There's also 야옹이, yeah, for cat. 뱀을 키우고 싶어요. I want to have a snake. Okay. It's cute. 저는 개 키우고 싶다. Jessica. 키우고 싶어요. So what you did is you attached 싶다, but you have to remember to conjugate it. 저는 병아리를 키우고 싶어요. I want to have a little chick. C derungs for dog. Dogs use the counter 마리. 두 마리 for two 마리. And you'd say 개 first. So you'd say dog first or whatever it is you have two of. 개 두 마리 키우고 싶어요. Like that. 개를 두 마리 키우고 싶어요. Or 개 두 마리를 키우고 싶어요. You can put the object marker either after the animal or after this whole thing. Either one's fine. Both same meaning. 저는 고양이와 개를 키우고 있어요. Hannah Clement, nice. 강아지를 키우고 싶어요. I want to have a puppy. 호랑이를 키우고. Okay, I see you corrected the sentence. If you want to say you used to, you can say I did. So 키웠어요. 키웠어요. Past tense. Or 키웠었어요. No, double past tense. Anyway, if you want to say, you could just use past tense. I did. I raised a dog. Or and then say when, like last year or 10 years ago or whatever it is. You just add that in and say 키웠어요. I raised a dog at that time, or whatever animal. That's how you would say I used to or I had one. And there's a couple other forms you can say for used to as well. That's just a basic one. Let's see. Siegfried and Roy reference. Yeah, poor guys. Okay, are we talking about BT21? I don't know. 저는 호랑이를 키우고 싶지 않아요. I don't want to have a puppy. Okay, nice. 동물을 키우고 싶어요. I want to raise an animal. Okay, you can just say 동물, just some sort of animal. 저는 고양이 키우고 있어요. 세리타 랄 타히리. You wrote you have a typo. You wrote 키우다, but it should be 키우다. So you should use 키 here, not 기. The rest of your sentence is okay. 키우고 있어요. 우리 집에 고양이 두 마리. Again, for cat, if you want to say two cats, you'd say the animal first. So here's the animal. And then you'd say the number. So if it's two, you'd say two or whatever. And then 마리 is the counter. And I did a live stream about counters that you can check out also in my live classes playlist. So check that one out too, where I go into in-depth about how to use these and different counters for different things. But the animal counter is 마리 with pure Korean numbers. 큰 용을 키우고 싶어요. I want to have a big dragon. All right. 닭을 키우고 싶어요. I want to have a chicken. 치킨 값이 너무 비싸. I want to have a chicken. SSGE, nice. My cousin actually had a little tiny farm in his backyard, and they had chickens, and they had a couple other things too. But I clearly remember they had chickens. So they would go out like once a week or something. I don't know, or once every couple days, and they would collect a few eggs. Put them in the refrigerator, or just put them out and then eat them for breakfast. And it tasted the exact same as regular eggs, but it was really cool that they got them not for free, but they got them from their backyard, like anytime they wanted. So, okay. So, let's go on. I think you guys got this, though. This is, like I said, most of the stuff I've covered today has been beginner concepts. A few intermediate concepts, like using third person. So, if you're a beginner, but you feel like, oh, I got that. I understood that third person concept. Then you're doing really good. Because that is definitely an intermediate concept. So someone else asked a question about how do you say I want to hold my puppy, right? Because I told you that kajida literally means to carry or to hold. Well, despite it literally meaning to carry or to hold, this isn't the word that you use when you say you want to hold an animal or hold a person. This is when you want to hold, remember, inanimate objects. And I explained this before, that you only use this one for inanimate objects. So what if you wanted to say you want to actually hold someone, like hold a puppy? Oh, a little puppy, I want to hold it. I want to carry that puppy or whatever. You would use a different verb, which means to hug. And I'll just give you the conjugation they use it in. 안아주다. Anta is the normal form, but 안아주다 is how it's most often used. So it normally it just comes from this verb, which means to hold or to hug, literally to hug or embrace. So if you were to say 안아주고 싶다, 안아주고 있어요. I am holding, I am embracing something. I am 안아주고 싶어요. I want to hold. So that's how you'd use it. So you could say 강아지를 안아주고 싶어요. I want to hold a puppy, like that. 진짜 안아주고 싶어요. I just want to hug it. I just want to hold it, like that. Embracing this is 안아주다. And you can use this for any sort of animate noun. So a person or an animal. So you can hug a person, you can hug your boyfriend, 안아주다. Hug a puppy, hug a porcupine, or hug a dragon. Anything you want, you can hug it. Probably shouldn't hug porcupines though. But you can hug anything you want. No one's going to stop you. Let's see. Can be used with babies, but not puppies. Which one? No, yeah, you can use this with puppies too. Babies, puppies, anything that's animate. What are you guys talking about with a heyo? To raise said Tomb Raider? What? To raise? What are you talking about? Did I have something else written on there? Okay. Can I get a BTS is the best ever? What? What are you guys talking about? I'm like missing what's going on in the chat. Can I get an Ahimang? Are you okay? Can I get a pillow or how about hug a pillow or a blanket? Yeah, if you're gonna do it for a person, use 안아주다. If you're gonna just do it for an inanimate object, you just want to hug something, just use 안다. So 안고 싶다, 안고 있어요. I am holding, like that. But 안아주다 is what you use for a person. If it's an inanimate object, you don't need to add this 주다 part at the end. 주다 means like doing it as a favor, like to hug with them, to embrace them. But if it's just a pillow, they're not going to care. You don't need to use the 주다. See, this is why I added the lights. See, notice like as soon as someone donated, I wasn't even looking at the chat, and then it's like I looked right over the chat. Lumi Kong, you think the Rosetta Stone Korean language course is good? Am I allowed to say negative things about like other competitive resources? I don't like it. But honestly, you can do a Google search for Rosetta Stone Korean reviews, and they're really terrible. I mean, not to bash them because they're like some competition to me. I don't really care about that. I think whatever works, I will recommend it. I don't care if it's a competitor to me, but not Rosetta Stone. Rosetta Stone, I hear, has some really good courses for European languages. Like I heard their Spanish is okay, or Italian or whatever, but I've only heard bad things about their Korean course. So I would save your money on it, even if it's free. No, actually, it's not true. If it's free, sure, it's not going to hurt. But it's not going to, because it doesn't focus on grammar. It just kind of focuses on phrases. And that doesn't quite work well with Korean. Whereas it might work okay with other languages that have a similar structure as English. So let me write that on the board too, though. Lumigong. Awesome. Thank you. We need more short Korean grammar videos. Yeah, I like the lights too, because now I don't have to miss the... I really feel bad if someone donates and I totally like ignore them, because I've almost done that a couple times. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of really good Korean resources out there, but Rosetta Stone Korean is not one of those in my opinion. So yeah, nothing against them as a company. I mean, I'm sure they have good products, but just not that one. So there, you can check out, like, if you don't want to use my books, obviously I have books, but you don't have to use mine. Other books that I personally really like are Integrated Korean series. I think those are really good. You need a tutor to use them, but they're pretty concise and they're like mistake free. They're like error free. Seriously, they're really well made. But again, you can't use them by yourself. You have to have a tutor to help you through them because they're really made for classroom. If you want a book you can go through by yourself, I think Talk to Me in Korean has some pretty nice companion books. I really like their companion books even more than their lessons. I think their companion books, like their lessons on with reading examples or vocabulary or Hanja introduction or Hangul book, I think those are really good stuff that they do. Another one is a Korean grammar for international learners, which is an intermediate level book if you already have gotten into Korean, you want something harder. Or Korean grammar in use. I've heard some good things about that. Okay, let's see. Oh no, the difference in sound for anta and anta, those are different. So someone asked what the difference is. Oh yeah, and before I answer that, this is the end of today's lesson, pretty much, because that's everything I wanted to teach. And now I can spend the rest of the time to answer some of your questions. We finished only 5 minutes early. So someone asked, what about the difference between anta and anta? This one is due to sound change rules. This hiat causes the tigat at the bottom here to become a strong consonant. So it becomes pronounced as anta. Whereas this one, it's not anda. This one actually is an exception. It's not pronounced how it's actually spelled. This one's actually spelled as, pronounced as anta. Anta. Let me just check the chat, make sure it's going well. Yep, looks good. Okay, yeah. So this one's not pronounced the way it's spelled. So that's why if you had something like, if you want to say you are hugging something, it's not 안고 있어요. It'd be 안고 있어요, because this actually makes the next letter a double consonant. This is not a sound change rule. This is simply a unique pronunciation. And there's lots of verbs like this that have pronunciations that are not the way that they're written. It's just something you have to memorize separately. But it's not that big of a deal. But if you use ana juda, you don't have to worry about that, because ana, it always is ana. It doesn't have to change. It's just exactly how it's pronounced. Oh, awesome! I said, Lumi Kong, you don't have to keep paying me to ask questions. Lumi Kong, I'll answer your questions for free. Although I really appreciate it. You've just paid enough to buy my first book on my website, actually. Where can I get your books? Are they for beginners? Yes, they're completely beginners. So they specifically start from 0 level, so from nothing. So people who don't even know where Korea is on the map, they assume that. You don't have to be that kind of beginner to use them, but that's where it starts. And if you're not that kind of beginner, you can usually skip the first like 20 or 30 pages and then start with the lessons. But yeah, they assume you don't know anything about Korea, and they start off from the very beginning, talk about the alphabet and stuff like that. And you can get them from my website. Yeah, there you go. There's a link. You can get them from Amazon, or if you're in another country where Amazon doesn't ship to, they're also on bookdepository.com, which has free international shipping. I don't know how they do that, but yeah, free international shipping for like 100 countries or something like that. Yeah, thanks. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Integrated Korean is literally my Korean language learning gospel. Yeah, integrated Korean, I actually never used it because at the time I was studying Korean, I didn't know it existed. I had some books that I got in Korea, but integrated Korean was not one that I was exposed to. I got into integrated Korean from the 400 level and checked out one of their books, and then went back and looked at the earlier books, and I saw, oh yeah, these are pretty good. I like them. So, but I never used them to learn Korean. For high beginner, what book is recommended? There would be a lot of other different books you'd want to use. I guess it would depend exactly what your level is. If you've been learning randomly through different sources on the internet, then there is no such thing as a source you can just go to from high beginner, because that source you choose might not it's going to have stuff you didn't ever learn before, and you're going to be confused because you didn't have any sort of steps to get up there. So you might be like high beginner with some gaps in your knowledge. Then it's going to be hard just to recommend a high beginner source because you might be missing stuff to even use that book. But if you want some intermediate stuff anyway, Integrated Korean, again, has some higher stuff. Also, you can even go directly into a college textbook in Korean, like textbooks that are made for people who are studying Korean while living in Korea. You can buy those books on the internet. I know they have like an Ehwa, or Ehwa or whatever. They have a Yonsei University has some textbooks. Each university has their own textbooks for that, and you can check out those as well. And if you read them and you feel like, oh, this is way above my level, go back to a brand new beginning source and, oh, whoa, 52 bunker. Awesome. But yeah, you can go back to a beginning source and pretend you're a new beginner, but just go through those beginner concepts more quickly. That way you'll be up to the page. 52 bunker. 1. 저는 한국어를 공부하고 인내가 있어요. 크리스마스 이래 새로운 핸드폰을 I see. Are you giving me some sentences to correct? Okay. What's at 52 bunker? What's your first sentence trying to say? Are you trying to say something about patience? Where you wrote 인내, which is patience, but 하고, are you just trying to say 하고 있어요? I am studying Korean. The rest of it's okay. I'm not quite sure what your 인내 part is for. Let me first write your name up here. Oh wait, that's the other one. That's the pounds. Like that. Let's see. Second one. 저는 크리스마스 1에 새로운 핸드폰. You mean Christmas Day. For a day, they only use 일 for when you're counting days. So like 일, 1 day, 이일, 2 days, like that. If you're saying some sort of day, they use 날. So Christmas 날, Christmas Day. Yeah, I say 일 is just for counting. So if you're not counting, they use 날. Christmas 날에 새로운 핸드폰을 가지고 싶어요. I want to have a new cell phone, or new hand phone on Christmas. Yes, perfect. 저는 바다 원숭이를 키우고 싶어요. I want to have some sea monkeys. Yeah. Or I should say brine shrimp. Spoil the magic for you. Nice. 3 is fine. 52 bunker trying to say I have a lot of patience to study Korean. That wouldn't be how you would say I have a lot of patience to study Korean. You would have to do, in order to study Korean, patience 있어요. Something like that. And patience, you can use 인내, or I think 인내심 is a little bit more clear. 인내심, 심 just means like a feeling, like a strong, I'd say it means, well, literally heart, but like more a feeling to, or like an ability to kind of thing. So feeling of patience. Determination of patience. Anyway, 인내심이 있어요. Or 인내심이 많아요. I have a lot of patience. Here, to have a lot of patience. And then before that, you would simply say, you don't need to connect it directly. You can just do something. 한국어를 배우기 위한, 위해, something in order to. Something 기 위해, or 위한, like that. Or you can, like, in order to. I did this in a previous live stream where I just talked about the in order to part. But you could say something like, simply just, 인내심이 많아요. I am very patient. 한국어를 배우고 있는데. That's where you can just use the 배우고 있는데. 인내심이 많아요. I have a lot of patience for studying Korean. Right? When I talked about the verb stem, the verb ending for 는데, I can't go over it again today because we don't have enough time. But I talked about how it can be used to mean in order to as well. So in order to study Korean, I have a lot of patience. Or, for studying Korean, I have a lot of patience for studying Korean. Kind of like that. That's actually one of the other things I was thinking about. So during the break, so like I said, next Sunday is the last season 1 episode, and then I'll take a break for a few weeks. And during the break, like I said, once a week or once every other week, I'll upload an abridged version of these season 1 episodes. I was also thinking, I don't know what you guys would think, but this is an idea I'd like to try, where I do live tutoring for one person on the stream. I would contact them in advance. We'd plan a time. They would pick the time. It wouldn't be Sunday. It would be their chosen time where I would come in the stream and we would talk not through this method, but through Skype. We'd talk through Skype. And so it would be spoken class and it would be done on the computer. So I would stream my computer screen or whatever. And I would do one-to-one tutoring with that one person on Skype. And I would show my face and they could just use their voice. And I would live stream that one-to-one lesson. What do you guys think about that? So it wouldn't be audience participation. It wouldn't be answering your guys' question. It would just be watching Billy tutor somebody, private tutoring, you know, except it's not private, but watching Billy private tutor one person in Korean over Skype or online pretty much. What do you guys would think about that? I don't know, but this would not be this would not be instead of season 1 or season 2, like something in between the 2 seasons. I was just thinking about trying. If you guys think it might be fun to watch, if not, I'm not going to do it. So it's up to you guys. Do you know Arirang TV's Let's Speak Korean? Yeah, I've seen that before. I think that program was designed for people who are living in Korea but haven't studied Korean, aren't doing any Korean classes, just as kind of a casual way to pick up some phrases. So it's probably fine for just learning some phrases, but if you're actually trying to learn the language, you need to do a real course because they can't provide you enough information in that really short series. It wouldn't be possible to learn Korean just by watching that show because they're not teaching you like all the grammar forms and exceptions and conjugation rules. It's mostly just focused on general constructions and general phrases in Korean with lots of repetition, at least from what I've seen. So yeah, I would say it's not bad, but it's not going to teach you Korean. That's my opinion of it. What level? William Kelly asked, what level? This would be completely dependent on what the person's level is. So it would be a private lesson. So talking about what they need, they could ask questions, or I can just create a lesson for them if there's a topic that they're curious about, or if they don't have anything if they don't know anything that they want to learn, they just want to improve their Korean, we can just do free talking. I don't think they'd want that though. But yeah, it would just be tailored to whoever it is that I'm tutoring. Kind of like what some gaming streamers do where they'll like review someone's demo, review someone's game and give them pointers, kind of like that. Let's see. Okay, anyway, so yeah, public-private lesson, exactly. So I hope you guys all enjoyed the stream today. I had fun setting everything up. Again, thank you again to wonderful City of Seoul for allowing me to film in this right in front of the very busy Gwanghwamun. There's like so many people waiting here. I gotta get out of here soon so they can, there's so many tourists here. Thanks for coming, guys. And remember to check out the Discord, which is very active. And I'm in there. I'll be there right after the stream. Also, if you are a Patreon member, I can't spell. If you're a Patreon supporter, thank you. And you can see all of the outlines for every single stream uploaded there right after the live stream finishes, about an hour after it finishes when I can upload it. And yeah, again, thank you to the donators for today's stream as well. Kaminas, Blood, Falcon, KT Agi, Carrie Rich, Juliana with the last name I can't pronounce, Lumi Kong, and 52 Bunker. All of you guys, thanks for coming. And I will see you again on next Sunday. So pay attention to the live stream voting that we're going to have on Tuesday for the last live stream for season 1. I'll see you guys next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐. Bye.